All right, so I'm really excited about to talk about what my focus is today. What, in regards to your life, could you increase or decrease right now to gain a better outlook, a better focus, better success overall, and most of all, grow in the way that you want to? The key thing that I found in my own life, and there have been hundreds of thousands of different studies that have been put out there, is in regards to optimism. The amount of optimism that we have in our lives really does reflect on the growth and the progression that we have in our lives. And so today I want to pinpoint several different things that are going to help you to gain that optimism or see the value of optimism in your own life. And maybe reflect upon what other people have done in their lives, and you can see it into your life as it's a reflection into you. Also reflect also around the relationships that you have, because the way that you interact with other people is going to propel you into the future with growth and progression and in the ways that you want to. So the first thing that I want to talk about with optimism is that a decrease in optimism actually prohibits strong mental capacity. So without the optimism in our lives, we lots of times will have limiting beliefs, we'll have different things that are prohibiting us from growing in the way that we want to, or even believing the way that we want to. So, for example, if you have a belief in God, if you're not optimistic or hopeful that He is there and He's present, then you may not pursue that as much as you did if you had optimism or hope. I hope that you can see that connection there. Also, for example, if you're not optimistic about your future in your career currently, you may not put forth your best foot into what you're doing on a daily basis, and you may not accomplish your goals and your quotas or your responsibilities in the way that your employer is requiring you or requesting you to complete. So optimism has an amazing ability to lift our minds and see things in a different light, which leads me into the second thing is the ability to deal with struggle. Now, life has a lot of different struggles. I'm sure that you've experienced anything from the lengths of anxiety, depression, divorce, relationship issues, addiction, job loss, just struggle within a job, or anything that you may be struggling with. That's part of life. And we're not meant to be just come here and be victims of all the different adversities and struggles that we go through every single day. We are meant to grow and progress. And if you can start thinking of your struggles as something to honor and to learn from, and introduce optimism and the idea of that I'm not a victim, I am a person here to learn and grow from these different experiences, your outlook and your perspective on this is going to change. And so it has a great ability for you to change and grow and progress in the way that you want to. The last thing that I want to mention around optimism is the benefit that it is to your relationships, especially your closest relationships. The ones such as your spouse or your children or your extended family. Those are the people that are going to see it the most and experience it the most. And if you're being extremely pessimistic, I would guess or presume that your relationships are not as growth oriented or as hopeful as you'd like them to be. You may feel depressed or unable to connect with someone simply because that person or yourself is looking at everything as a problem or looking at everything as something that's prohibiting them from the growth that they want to. Simply, we are here to grow and progress from every single step of the way from everything that we experience. And if we can develop this feeling of optimism in our lives, I guarantee you that you're going to be so much happier, you're going to have better relationships, you're going to have more success, and most of all, you will become the person that you want to because you can see who that person is. And that's something that optimism has done for me. It's helped me see past my weaknesses or my struggles to see past that and see the person that I want to be or will be based off of the path that I'm headed. And that's something that you can do as well. You can begin now by thinking more about who you want to be and be hopeful for that and make action and plans for you to become that. And as you move down that path and set those goals, you'll see a change that happens within yourself. So I hope that you can see that the strength that optimism is in your life, and write down all the people that you see as an optimistic example in your life. Write their names down and then ask them how they're going to be, how did they become optimistic, and how they maintain that optimism in their life. Write down 5 different people that you can connect with over the next week. And if you do that, you'll start to learn some different strategies. You'll be able to implement it a lot better. So I look forward to you having that success with optimism and implementing that into your everyday lives. And you will have an increased growth in your mental capacity, the ability to deal with struggle, and also your relationships will flourish. Have a wonderful day.